Chazdei Hashem.
The 22nd of March, Rabbi first, Nefesh Hachaim, Rabbi Levitt, Nefesh Hachaim. And good morning, Roy.
Good morning. All right, we're on Gimel, Shah Gimel. Perek Hey, Shah Gimel.
Hey,
So,
week to hey.
and we just read the first sentence in the middle of the
Understanding all this,
in the middle of the second sentence, and in Ivrit. So I'll say it in English in a moment. Bechineos Shanim V'Ananim Mechulakim V'Halukei Mikomos Shanim Mikomos Kadoshim Utarim Ulapach Tamaim Utanofim. It's by the way, it's on page 499. 499. So, notwithstanding all of this, that's the creation of the worlds, that God is absolutely one and has not changed in any way. So, notwithstanding all that, it is with God's gevurah and awesomeness that even so He has concealed His glory, so to speak, such that it is possible for the existence of the concept of an independent, differentiated existence of worlds, powers, and creatures, both created and regenerated, with different properties and aspects and different types of places which are holy and pure, and their opposite, which are impure and filthy.
so
Okay,
is
so
filthy the opposite of holy?
well, here we don't mean to say simply something's not. We mean to say that it's something which is you wouldn't be able to make a bracha over there. That's what we mean when we say metunafim. That's the Hebrew. That's the Hebrew word over here, and this is the word that he used before in the previous parak. That somebody that's maharher b'divrei Torah b'mavos hametunafim. Not just simply that they weren't swept properly, but they weren't swept properly. But they have things that are there that you wouldn't be able to You wouldn't be able to think in words of Torah over there. That doesn't. So there's a distinction between something which is not clean and something that, in English, we're calling it filthy, but it doesn't really translate properly. It means it's halachically impermissible to make a bracha over there because it has excrement, because it has urine, because it has something of that sort over there.
And does being tameh correspond to that?
Although that's another category. Ritual impurity. You could say words of Torah in a can you say words of Torah in a graveyard? Yes. Yeah, you could.
You say Kaddish.
Yeah. You're not supposed to do things which cause which would be considered loeg larash, to show the people the masim that are there, that you're doing mitzvahs and they're not, but that's basically restricted to tzitzis.
Right.
So there you have an example of a place which is ritually impure. A Kohen, for example, would not be able to go into the graveyard. right? It's ritually impure. He's not allowed to go. But a Yisrael or a Levi even also could go, and he could even thinking words of Torah over there. He could even speak words of Torah over there. So there's a difference. Whereas a place which has excrement, a Kohen could go over there. He's not going to become tamei if he goes over into a place that has excrement over there. He just, like everybody else, he's in the same boat. You can't speak words of Torah in a place like that.
Right.
Okay.
And what about holy? What does it mean that a place is holy?
What does it mean that a place has kedusha?
Yeah.
So this is what we are. It's a place which is conducive to it, right. In other words, even though you could learn Torah in everywhere in the world, but it has you could just daven everywhere in the world. I mean, provided it has it's an enclosed area, but a place which has been set aside for tefillah, such as a Beis HaKnesses. It has certain halachas about what could be done there, what could not be done there, about eating, about drinking over there, about sleeping over there, about relieving oneself over there in a Beis HaKnesses, Beis HaMedrash. Why? Because the place has been designated and set aside as a place for learning Torah or tefillah, tzibor.
And that gives it a holiness?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
Page 504. Hello.
Alan. Good morning, Alan.
Morning,
Good
Alan.
morning. Thanks for calling me. And Lou, you got back, huh?
Yeah, my internet came up about 10 minutes ago.
I guess we thought the right thing.
You prayed for me. That's what happens.
Okay. So
504.
We're on 499, Alan.
499,
Okay.
Four-
Yeah.
49, 498, 499.
Right. Okay. I'm here.
We're up to the second black bullet.
Okay. This concealment and boohoo.
Woohoo, correct.
Okay, so we're up to V'hu ha-bechina Hashem mitzidenu.
Right.
This is all from our perspective about how we perceive it and how we're required to conduct ourselves according to that perception. Like we said before, we have to recognize that there's a difference between a place which is kadosh and a place which is not, and only certain things things that could be done in a place which is not kadosh could not be done in a place which are. But both of those places, Hashem's kavod is mamale, it fills up, so to speak, the whole place, because there's no such a thing as a place in the whole universe where Hashem's kavod doesn't fill it up. That's the pasuk that we saw in from Yirmiyah, Hello, es hashemayim ve'es ha'aretz ani malei, without exception. That's from Hashem's perspective. But from our perspective, we see that there's places which are kodesh and places which are not, and places which are even called metunafim, that we may not even say words of Torah in such a place, even think words of Torah in such a place. And that, how does that work exactly? If Hashem's kavod is mamale the whole universe. So that's what he's explained here in this first sentence, that it's because Hashem was mitzamtzem, his kavod. That's what allows there to be in the universe a distinction between places. Some are kodesh and some are the opposite.
Alan,
Yeah.
your kippah fell off.
What's that?
Your kippah fell off.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now we go to the second sentence over here, second bullet. Bahu habechina. Lou, you want to continue?
Hu habechina asher mitzidenu hayinu she hasaga senu ena ma seges rechush rak inyan mitziusam kamo shehem nir'im. Okay, so this concealment is from our perspective alone. That is, that we are unable to physically perceive anything apart from the apparent independent existence of the world around us. She'al pi zos habechina nivnu kol sidrei chiyuv hanehagasenu shenitztavinu mipiv yisbarach chok velo ya'avor. It is on this basis that God has established a framework of obligation, i.e. the Torah, that we have been commanded to adhere to from God's mouth as an immutable decree.
Okay, good.
I don't follow the flow of the logic here. It started out saying that we are unable to perceive anything except the world, and on that basis, we have to follow the Torah. What's the one got to do with the other?
Okay, so let's just say it in very few words. He said that it's only because of the fact that Hashem was mitzamtzem, his kavod, as it were. I don't like the word concealment. I think tzimtzum doesn't mean concealing; it means filtering or regulating the kavod. But in any case, only because of that, there is what places which are tahor, places which are kodesh, and places which are the opposite of that. Sounds like if Hashem was not mitzamtzim his kavod, there could be no such a thing as a place which was anything other than kodesh and tahor. But Hashem wants there to be places that are kodesh and tahor and places that are the opposite of that, because that's part of the way that the Torah itself commands us to conduct ourselves, according to the fact that we recognize that there's a distinction between a mavoi which is metunaf and a mavoi which is not metunaf. To Hashem, it's all the same. It's all his glory fills all the place of all the places. But because of this symptom that he did, there's a distinction between this alley is metunaf and this alley is not, and therefore we have a Torah, and now the Torah recognizes a distinction between this alley and that alley, and in this alley the Torah commands us to not even think words of Torah. And he says this is all from our perspective. It's only from our perspective that we perceive that the places are different. From Hashem's perspective, there's no it's hard to really understand it. From Hashem's perspective, it's all kvod Hashem, the whole entire world. And this distinction is the way that we perceive it, and that's the way Hashem wants it to be, because He says like that we have a Torah that commands us how to conduct ourselves in this place and in that place. Okay.
So in other words, to say it maybe even in less words, the idea that there are differences in different parts of the world of reality, like for example, a place that's holy, a place that's not holy, is something that we can't perceive without the help of the Torah.
I would put it like this. It's true that the Torah is what defines for us that this place is holy and this place is not. That's true. But what he's emphasizing over here is that even this, what the Torah commands us regarding this place being one way and this place being another way, is that it's only from our perspective that that's the way it is. From Hashem's perspective, it's not. It's all one. It's all unity. It's not division. It's hard for us to understand what Hashem's perspective is. We're just saying words. Because we're not Hashem, we don't really know what that could be. What does it mean? Hashem doesn't know that. He doesn't realize that. He doesn't perceive that. We're smarter than Hashem. We can perceive that this place is holy and this place is not. it's hard to understand the whole thing. The whole thing is very hard to understand. Um, let's just keep going over here a little bit without asking so many questions. Maybe we'll get more of a fuller perspective from our perspective what it is that the whole thing is over here. Not that you can't ask questions, but it's I think if we see the whole, the more we see, we'll get more of a picture. It'll be fleshed out a little bit more. Okay. So we're up to umitzad zos habachina. So that'll be the third bullet over here.
It's very bottom of page 499.
Oh, Alan's not here. Okay, so Roy, go back. Please continue.
ומצד זוס הבחינה הוא שדימוהו
מצד זos habachina hu shedimuhu chazal kibirachol
לברכה
neshama
כביכול
shehu yizborach hu nishmaso kohol almi שבאדם וחוש הגוף
הנשמה
אזכור
גוף
היא בבחינס סייסר לעיני בשר ונגלס לעיני שכל סגסינו נראה מציאס העולמוס
שהוא יסברך הוא נשמע סו דכל Alamon is within the context of this concealed setting, Simsun, that Chazal compare God's relationship with the worlds to that of the soul inhabiting a body, as written in the Zohar, that God is the soul of the worlds. Turning over to page 501. The top of 501, Shekomo Shebardom Lo Nire Bechush Rak Haguf V'Hanashama Af Shehi Malaya Es Kol Taguf He Bivchinas Ches Kesasei La'anei Basho V'nigalei La'anein Shechel
Seichel.
Within the context of this concealed setting, that Chazal compare God's relationship with the worlds to that of the soul inhabiting a body, as written in the Zohar, that God is the soul of the worlds. That is sorry, that just as it is with a person, it is only the body which can be seen, whereas with the soul, even though it entirely fills the body, it is concealed from physical perception and only revealed intellectually. Similarly, Cain Kafi Hasagosenu and Haniga Lace Nire Mitzaus Haolamos Vahabavarios Kolom Veshehu Yisparach Shemo Mispashet Mistatea Kivayachol Bifani Mios, Bolon, Yosan, Mom. And similarly, it is according to our revealed perception that we only physically relate to the existence of all the worlds and the creations, and that God, so to speak, permeates and is concealed within the innermost part of everything to provide them with life and continued existence. Ka'inyan hanashama shemasot Peshetes Umasatateres Mius Kol Porete Machelke Evere Haguf La Yoso. This is just like the soul which disseminates through and is concealed by the inner recesses of each specific part of the body to give it life.
Okay. I think what so he's saying that Chazal used this mashal, that Hashem is to the olamot just like the neshama is to the goof of a person. And I think the point of why he's saying this over here is because he just got through saying that even though there's a distinction, in other words, we see with our eyes that this is a place which is tameh. This is a place which is not pure, or it's even a place which is betunaf. Words of Torah couldn't be said there. Is it possible that Hashem is present over there? Yes. He's absolutely over there 100%. Just like the neshama is absolutely in every single millimeter of the goof. Even places that are covered and are supposed to be not revealed. There's no distinction. The whole goof is one goof. There's not private parts or more public parts. The neshama is there to the, but it's concealed. It's concealed completely in all of the places. We don't see that the neshama is equally in all places. So too by Hashem, we don't see that Hashem is equally in places that are tameh and are metunaf. We don't see that. And all we always know is that the Torah tells us that this place is got a different din than the other places have. But if we would, so to speak, remove the mask, we would remove the mask from this place. We would see Kvod Hashem over there, even in that place which is tameh, even in that place which is metunah. That's the concealment that he's referring to over here.
Don't we have to also remember that Hashem is not in those places? Those places are in Hashem. Hashem is containing those himself.
Right.
So I don't know how that qualifies the picture that we may have had in our minds of Hashem being in somewhere rather than somewhere being in Hashem.
Well, I don't think that he's talking about he's talking about here Hashem's kavod. Perhaps that's the difference. He's not talking about Hashem Hashem's hamakum, being in this place, because that's pashut that there's no such an understanding. On the contrary, all places are in hamakum. That's where their location is, in hamakum. Hashem's location is not here or there. He is the place where the entire world is contained. But here we're not talking about hamakum. We're talking about Hashem's kavod. And that's what he started off in this parak. He talked about the tzimtzum of Hashem's kavod. So what I'm saying is, if you would take off the mask from this place, you would also find Hashem's kavod there as well. There's no place which is devoid of Hashem's kavod. But it's not revealed. It's not really revealed in the place of that which is kaddish either. The truth of the matter is, but it's equally there. Because this is what he's talking about. The mashal is that the neshama is mamale es kol haguf. This is what we're talking about. How is he saying it over here?
God, so to speak, permeates and is concealed within the innermost parts of everything to provide them with life and continued existence.
Yeah, so when he says, so to speak, he's talking about Hashem's kavod, which is we're not talking about hamakom over here. That's a different concept.
So with relation to Hashem, his kavod there means what his honor. Well, we'd say kavod is honor, but how do we translate it?
Well, the reason why I'm saying it's Hashem's kavod is because just to distinguish it from the concept of Hashem being hamakom. Because you're right, we cannot talk about Hashem as hamakom filling up a place. Because as you say, it's not that hamakom fills up the place. Hamakom is the place where everything is. So we're saying correct, but we're talking about Hashem being. That's what the pasuk says. That's the pasuk in Yirmiyahu. Hello, es hashamayim ve'es haaretz ani malei. I fill up that place, says Hashem. What does that mean? I fill up that place. If Hashem is hamakom, it doesn't mean hamakom. It's referring to Hashem's kavod. Hashem's kavod fills up this place.
Mm-hmm. So the word kavod can translate as honor or not translatable, or what?
You want to put you want to try to understand it better.
Yeah. existence. No. Understanding.
Yeah, I don't know if he's actually really gone into this very much. He
Hmm.
talked about Hamakum, but he hasn't really talked so much, from what I remember, about this concept of Hashem's kavod.
Hmm. I'm just wondering if there's a glossary in the other volume.
Okay, let's continue here. We got one one more sentence over here until we finish to this section over here.
Mhm.
We ran out of time anyway. Okay, so we didn't finish. Okay, so we're right in the very middle. We're up to these words that says v'kol hashemos v'hakinuyim v'atoyarim.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's page 501, the first black dot.
Hmm. Right.
Thank you, Rabbi. Have a good Shabbos
Okay, good Shabbos, everybody.
and a Freilich Purim.
Yeah, Friday Purim. And
Freilich and Purim.
What's the status of Sunday? Are we learning regular schedule on Sunday?
We'll see whoever wants to come on. We'll see who's there.
Okay,
Rabbi first also will probably be on, but we'll see who's there as well.
right. Yeah, I missed Rabbi First this morning because my internet failed.
Yeah,
Is that's what he said, that he'll be available?
yeah, he'll be available, I think, because I was there and said that I would be I would come, and I said, but I can't really. I said I would imagine that you would, but I can't really talk for anybody else.
Right, yeah, well, you were right. I will, it's Hashem, I will come.
Right. Anyway, we'll see what we'll see. I said I even don't know for sure because my wife might want me, and I said that his wife might want him.
It's possible, sometimes she does.
Yeah, and Rabbi Levittson might want to commandeer him too.
Right.
We're-
Yeah, it's a busy day the day before Purim, so
It's good husbands.
Yeah, it's like a yontif.
Yeah, it's good husbands will do what our Rebbitsons tell us to do.
right, and then there's the rest of us.
No choice.
All right, have a great day, bye-bye.
All right then, bye.